The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone. All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer.
The world is facing now the most challenging time of the 21st century. Covid-19 pandemic came to show us how life can be short and dramatic at the same time. If you are listening to this podcast now, means you are alive, and thanks God that you're still alive, whether you believe in God or not. My name is Gerdes Medeiros. I'm from São Tomé and Príncipe, the second smallest country in Central Africa. I live in Cambridge and I currently study second year of media studies at Anglia Ruskin University. I never experienced isolation or loneliness in all my life before, and this experience was one of the most challenging of my entire life. Everything was blue and light for me until the pandemic started, March 2020, when the UK government declared first lockdown and most people stayed indoors for almost 5 months. I lived in a 5-bedroom house with other students from different countries. Before the airport reduced the numbers of flights and the countries started to close their borders, they got out of the UK, and I saw everything changing for me. I started to feel alone and in occasions experience the fear of death. Every single day that I watched the news, the numbers of people dying was increasing everywhere. It was absurd and very scary. I started to say to myself, I'm going to die here alone. All evidence was showing me that the world was getting crazy out there and we all were going to die. I started to be paranoid.
The economy is now crashing.
There was a time that I cried.
Massive redundancies and some firms already going bust.
I started to lose weight. The silence of my household started to kill me inside. All my family and friends lived far or abroad. Not having them near made matters worse. It was a very unusual time, like no other. We all live so far. The isolation and loneliness made me feel useless. I started to act a bit crazy. In these very difficult times, I realized how important family and friends are. The human being cannot live alone. We like and need to be socialized to feel warm of one another. I believe, like me, many people around the world have experienced the same feeling, the fear of staying alone during the quarantine, the fear of dying alone. Nevertheless, of all things that I have experienced during the first lockdown, good things happened as well. But this podcast is not only about me. I take the opportunity to invite people that experienced the same fear like I did. Hey guys, welcome to this podcast. COVID-19 has been a big challenge in so many levels, and these are difficult times for everyone. Allow me first to thank you all for taking the time to share your experience. Now tell me.
I think one of the worst things was the sense of isolation. I was living at home by myself.
A bad thing that happened was not being able to focus on uni, as I was in a different environment than I'm usually used to.
It was a difficult and strange feeling to be confined to the house and to be alone.
The worst thing was missing friends and family.
The first lockdown was difficult as it was a new experience for everyone and caused a lot of concern.
So I missed the camaraderie and having people to talk to and seeing people on a daily basis.
I took my time to spend more time with friends and family, exercising and focusing on myself.
I didn't take time to learn any new skills.
Sometimes it felt like the world only existed through the internet during lockdown. Isolating from friends and family could feel lonely, but I was able to stay in contact with people through online classes and social media.
I managed well staying alone, and I was at home.
I got more comfortable with using things online and talking to people online, so that was nice.
We had to completely change our way of living.
Coronavirus, or rather the reaction to coronavirus, has paralysed areas in China.
COVID-19 will remain the challenge for everyone around the world, and I hope we can survive. Stay focused and follow all government guidance to protect yourself and others. Thank you for listening. See you 2021.